live stream. We are live. Got it. Hi, we are live. Hello everyone. I am as usual setting up. I'm making sure my echo of the Facebook doesn't start before I start the interview. We have a beautiful person with us and my Facebook has got loaded. And yes. All right, we're ready. Hi everyone. And I have a very special person here. Like everybody who I'm introducing, everybody is very special. And why they are coming here is because I've had something to do with them. I know their stories. I had some kind of interaction in their orbit, and I'm aligning my instinct to because I've met so many women, and this is what I was discussing that I've met many women, but all I'm doing is that I'm aligning, thinking as if this project is going to be shot by me. So I'm just aligning myself with people's story. I know them, and that's why they're here. But not only because of that, it's just that their names are popping up for me, and I shut my eyes and I see them in the book, and I'm like, fine, you come in. So this is again requesting people, if they feel that not everybody's there, they're going to be there. There are going to be volumes of this book coming up. It's not stopping at this 100. It's going on and on and on for many volumes. Nivedita, welcome. And it's a pleasure to have you here. A lot of us here really love you. We're going to be part of this thing. We've totally very fond of you, and I want you to introduce yourself because I want to hear from you all about you. What do you do? Where are you signing in from? And let's talk to the audience before I take on two more questions with you.
Thank you so much, Shika, for having me over. And I feel so grateful for being here. And thank you so much once again. So, right now, I am in Bangalore and I am a holistic healer. And I think coming into this was a part of the divine plan. So, I have my own company, and the name of my company is Trikaya Wellness. And the word Trikaya itself means mind, body, and spirit. So my work and my passion is all about aligning people who are who believe in holistic wellness at the mind level, the body level, and the spirit level, so that we find the light within us, and we know that if we can create something with our thoughts, we can also uncreate. So that's about me.
Lovely, Nivedita. That's not about that's not about there is so much about you. That's not about it. And I want to tell you that when I started this project and I was talking about these 100 inspiring moms, uh, the reason these inspiring moms are here is because when I've been working with mothers, I've been working with children, families, mothers at poetry level, at printing level, at photography level, and even the wellness program that I headed, the health wellness program that I headed. I met many mothers. So the stories that I heard, I think probably has ended up creating of 20 years of my listening to mothers has created this project ultimately. And this was, I think this is the right time to do it because it would have not happened before. I had to hear a lot of stories before I could speak. And then as I mentioned to you, Nivedita, and I'm telling the audience that I was sleeping and suddenly Nivedita's whole story came into my mind just a few days back, and I was like, her mother story is so amazing. We want to hear your journey as a mother, and how that has inspired you to rise and not fall, and that's the inspiring part of you. So let's start from there, then we'll move on to more questions, Nivedita.
Sure. So I will start, my story when I became mother for the very first time. So I'm a mother to two lovely boys, Mehul and Tarush. And after I became mom for the very first time, I just left my job because I wanted to be there for my children, and so that I am there with them. Because my mom was a working mom, so she was a teacher, and I would miss her so much when she used to go to school, and I would be clinging to my dadi, and I would wait for my mom to come back. And somewhere that was there deep in my subconscious. So when I became the mom the very first time, I told my husband Ajay that, what, I want to be home, I want to be there for my children, so that they don't go through the same kind of a trauma with which I went through, like that separation anxiety which a child goes through.
Right.
And things were all fine till my second one came up, Tarush, after 3.5 years. And it was just when I was going through my third month of pregnancy, something started happening in my body. My body started swelling up. The joints started swelling up and the body started swelling up, and I didn't know what was happening. And when we went to the doctor, she said it's probably, because of pregnancy. Some joints are just swelling up and things will be fine. I thought okay, but then it started aggravating. And by the 6th month of pregnancy, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and it was becoming worse as the pregnancy was going through. But somehow, I don't know, I was in Kerala at that point of time, and it was a missionary hospital. I was very scared of, because I was on so much of medication and painkillers, and I mean, they could give only subscribe only certain medicines to me, right? But my body was in tremendous pain. However, they always used to tell me, just believe in God and your child is going to be fine. Just put white light on your child and the child is going to be fine. So we went through the pregnancy, and my Tarush was born. However, the rheumatoid did not go away. And by that time, we tried various treatments, allopathy. We were in Kerala, so we tried that too. I used to hate drinking those kashayams. I was like, okay, my life is gone now forever, and what do I do about it? We all become bitter, and we think that, why me? What wrong have I done? And I remember crying on the doctor's table when he said that, Nivedita, you know what, this might turn into lupus, which is a degenerative tissue disease. I was like, oh, so it means that I'm not even going to be able to carry my child. And again, that was, I think, the lowest phase of my life. I didn't know what to do. That time we were in Coimbatore, and a chance, meeting with one of the healers. I just went and I just met him. Very reluctantly, I went there, and he just said that, his name was Ashwini. He just said, Niveta, you know what? The issue is not in your joints. The issue is here in your mind. Will you do whatever I ask you to do? I just said, sir, if you can take this pain away from my body, I will do anything. I just completely surrendered to that person. I don't know where that great soul is. And I started doing whatever he told me. So he told me to talk to my body, to write, Louis Hay's affirmations, I love myself, I approve of my body, getting in touch with my body, asking forgiveness for my body. And trust me, he one line which he told me, which I completely believe in, Shika, that if you have to heal, you have to heal at the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual levels of your being. So I started, doing energy work with my body, like Reiki, crystals, talking to angels, energies, you name it, I did it. And at that point of time, my only mission was to get out the pain. I used to write volumes and volumes of those, affirmations. Used to tell me, write these as if you're writing on a petal. At that point of time, I didn't know. Actually, I was getting into my subconscious. Actually, I was connecting into my body. And people used to tell me, is it going to really help you? I was like, it doesn't matter. For me, I have to get rid of this pain. I have to get rid of this, the because rheumatoid, as you know, starts disfiguring your joints. So my fingers had got disfigured, and yeah, and the pain was excruciating. And as God would have it, after 1 year of this, there was no rheumatoid arthritis, and doctors were in fact amazed. So my body had thinned down. I was a different person, and and then I decided that, okay, I met someone in my life who changed my life completely, and this is going to be my vision and my mission of my life. So I became like a sponge, Shika. I started soaking in every book. I certified myself, in various healing modalities, right from, being a hypnotherapist to energy healer, regression therapy, crystals, angels, Reiki, you name it, or chakra systems. I became like a sponge. And then, as they say, no, you cannot soak, you can hold the light for long time, or if there is a beautiful, aroma, it will definitely spread. And yes, Trikaya was born, and here I am today, and I've been very, 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 very grateful to my mother, to my parents, who had instilled one thing in me, and that was faith in yourself and faith in the divine. And I think rest is history. So I would, when I'm, sometimes I tell Tarush, he tells me, Mama, I gave you so much of pain. I said, no, baby, you didn't give me pain. Had I not got that pain, I would not have been here today. So You are my shining star and my guiding light.
A
So
beautiful boy. I've had an opportunity to meet him, and he's a beautiful, beautiful boy. But this is a very, very nice. Like Francis is here, Neha is here saying hi, and Francis, I think this message is coming for you. Because Francis is also, was going through something in her head, and I'm sure that she'll get inspired by your story. Francis is one of my pillars here with Debbie and Kirtana now. There are three pillars now, and Francis, Debbie, and Kirtana are the pillars for this movement, for supporting this movement in spreading the word around and cheering up all the moms.
lovely.
But Nivedita, this story, like I'm hearing it again, like probably for the third time, but it still touches my heart because I'm such a visual person. It takes me to the visual of your world. It takes me there. It, um, you know, like the fact that even in 1 year you could reverse it. It's nothing. Like 1 year is nothing to reverse something that you were going through. It's such a belief has such a thing that, like doctors, everybody keeps telling you it might take you 20 years or never to heal, and in just 1 year of that faith, that's the power of faith and belief, and it's unbelievable. That's the power. Like in just 1 year you turned it around, not only turned it around, deleted it from your life, and look at you today, like making so many changes in so many people's lives. I think your son is about 20 years old or more. He's about
2021.
20, yeah, he's what 20. So it's it's amazing, and it's a very inspiring story, and I really feel that a lot of people watch this, especially moms, to know that if a mom decides to do something, there's no way anybody can stop her from you know
Absolutely.
going upwards. Yeah, I mean, what mothers can do, nobody can. Well, that's about your journey as a mother. But let's move on to what I was talking to you about this, because you deal with so many women. You deal with healing. What happens to moms? What happens to them? Why? And I am taking photography as a medium. Like it's just a medium. It's just a tool from where I've recognized it. It's just shown me something, that pain which was there, about self-doubt, about self-image, about taking steps backwards, self-sabotaging yourself, making sure that you don't shine, keep thinking that if I shine something will happen around me. All us mothers go through that. What do you think as a healer happens? Why am I seeing this? Though my camera, I bless my camera to show this to me, but and to myself as well, my camera showed it to me. But why can't we just be okay, like take a picture and be okay with it without criticizing ourselves? And it's not about pictures, it's about what you feel about yourself. And why is that? What do you think happens? Because you've met so many women.
Thank you for that brilliant question, and I'll answer whatever I feel is in my point of view. I would also say media is to blame here, because the way it is portrayed. The moment you become mom, okay, your skin is your skin is sagging, there are freckles on your face, or and somehow you start absorbing it. You start thinking that you are not that good enough or fair enough, or you have stretch marks and you're supposed to show these marks, hide the stretch marks. Somewhere all these things add to you, and then you start feeling that you are not beautiful enough. And also mothers somewhere become so involved sometimes in their children that they forget that they also have to take care of themselves. They forget themselves.
Right.
That also happens, and by the time they realize, I would say the train has passed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to change here. I'm saying that no train has passed. It's like you just said, whenever you realize, if you decide, then you can really, really change it around, even in a very short span of time of believing. Like whenever you realize it, whatever happens, you can change it around. And I was talking to a friend of mine, Nivedita. It's very interesting. And because these interviews are more like chats, these are more like chats that we are having, because it's better to have the informality here so that we can have it. And a friend of mine just said that it might be just vanity, maybe women have become more vain. And I just smiled at him. I said, you just saying that because I'm using camera for it. But I know grandmothers who are going to come and join in who feel like that. I know so many mothers who have been dimming their light since they've become moms. And it's only that today it's coming to notice, because we have, cameras, and that too I've noticed is because I'm sensitive towards mother's light, and the cameras are in our pockets, and if in your family picture somebody puts your picture sitting in a pajama in the oily hair, I mean, you will start screaming because you don't want anybody to see you. And earlier nobody even saw anybody. At least we have opportunity that somebody is trying to put a picture and we can realize that something like this happens to us. But earlier mothers, they just did it, and they didn't even have, like, nobody even asking them that, do you think that you need to exist in any way? And even there I'm finding mothers at age of 80, Nivedita. It's unbelievable. Like, I'm finding mothers who are judges, who are still driving at the age of 80. They had the control, they had everything in their hand, and they still move forward. Like, I've just two stories more which are coming in. I'm trying to find them. One is the story of a scientist mom, and other is the story of a mom who's a judge, who's at the 80. Even today she goes and she does charity, and she drives her own car, and she said, I don't want to be dependent on anybody, and she lives her life fully. I have somebody who interviewed me who's 75 years old, Lucy. We have Debbie, who's crushing it at that age. So I think there's something that is not available to majorly mothers, and I wonder what is not available. Is it the family support? Is it the belief? Is it the fact that nobody's picked up these issues and they've only been hearing that once you become a mom, it's a downhill story? And that's why this book is coming together, so that they have one book to go on to and say, no, 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 these 100 moms did rise. So I'm sure that you can do it too. So that's what I feel. And you work with mothers. Do you feel this pain point is there of mother's self-image very, very strong when you work with them?
Yeah, I think you brought that point very beautifully across, Shikha. So I would say it is not one factor, but there are a lot of factors together. One is belief.
Yeah.
Somewhere this belief starts creeping in, and it also comes from our mothers and their mothers. It's like a chain which is just coming down the generations, that okay, now this, because I'm a mom, probably, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, and I have to completely dedicate myself to my children. That doesn't mean that you don't need to take out time for yourself. Like,
Right.
that's it, my life purpose is gone. After I give birth to a child, I no longer need to live for myself. And things are changing, but I feel that it's a very, very deep seated belief in us.
Yeah.
Life doesn't finish after you become a mom. In fact, it changes, it becomes even more beautiful, right? So there's a different glow when you become a mom. However,
Yes.
we start losing touch with our own self, we start losing touch with our own feminine side. That's what I feel. We nurture others as mothers and as women,
Right.
but we stop nurturing ourselves. When I say nurturing, it could mean just sitting, taking time out for yourself, going out for a
Right.
walk, or just reading a book, or doing what you love to do even before you became a mom. Yes, things will change, you might not have that much of a time, but nurturing yourself is what I feel. We start losing it, and by the time we realize, it's too late, as I said. And then you become, the frustration sets in, that shows on your face, that shows on your body, and then all kind of dis-eases start cropping in. So the pain point is that we forget to be in touch with ourselves. We hide our emotions, we are not authentic to ourselves, even though mothers might be feeling sad inside, but they will not talk about it. They'll say, yeah, I'm absolutely fine, I'm absolutely okay. So it's okay not to be okay. And it's absolutely fine. You also are a young mother, and you know how difficult it is for you to, manage and handle so many things, right? So it's not an easy job, but it's okay not to be okay. And it's absolutely fine, not to hide the pain. I feel as a healer, as a therapist, when I work with, women, uh, they went out only this to me, and sometimes they just cry out that, Nivedita, I'm not able to handle so many things. There's something wrong with me. I said, no, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to be a super mom or a superhuman. It's
Right.
absolutely fine to have anxieties. It's absolutely fine to have frustrations, to cry. It's okay. So I feel my point of view is that we are not addressing these issues, Shika. And I think through your book, it's so, it's your book is going to be so authentic. We are just talking about not only the rosy things, as you said, we don't want to show our oily hair, we don't want to show our freckles, we don't want to show, gray hair and all that stuff, because that's how it's portrayed. Don't show your pain, don't show your dark sides, but you have to show your dark sides too, because that is authentic.
Yes, and that's what that's why I'm getting these moms here to just. It just happened, that I was just like there was this lake. It's just a. I'm trying to build a visual here. Is that as if I'm walking in a lake, and like I just threw a stone, and suddenly I was just playing, and this whole lake I started to vibrate in a crazy way, and I'm standing there and watching it unfold, Nivedita, in front of me, and it's definitely coming as an effect on me because now I'm standing there. I'm like, I was just throwing a skipping stone there to play. I had no idea it has such a deep pain to women who are wanting to come out, and I have women who, like I'm talking to, who are absolutely dying to say that these are my pain points and I want to put it in the picture. So this book is not going to be about your face only. It's not that Shika Khanna and this is a story and that's a it's not that. My page is going to tell about my story. And to be able to tell my story, I will have to take a journey. I will have to take this journey with this camera and myself, and nobody tells me, oh, now you look better, so I think this pose is better. No, 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 no. This camera is going to be alone with you. I'm going to be like, you are going to be with your camera and you are going to decide. It's technically might be a little challenging, and that's where I'm giving support to them, all the mothers. I will give the support that okay, the light could have been a little better, but the concepts, the stories will come from them by being with their camera alone. Because I always say that if at a point two different photographers are standing, same picture would be totally different taken by two different people, even if the landscape is the same, it look totally different because people click at different times, they like different things. So when you take support of others and tell them to see through the camera at you, they will still portray what they see. But that's why the self-portrait movement, that this camera and you are going to take this journey to bring that picture out. And I'm sure that something will change when you see that picture right there. You're like, whoops, this is who I am. And one of my moms, who's her hypnotherapist as well, Jamile, and she was really funny. And she said, I sometimes feel you're saying right because Mona Lisa might come out to us and say, what is wrong with you? I never looked like this. I don't know what you guys have portrayed me like. I was a wild woman and you've portrayed me this woman sitting like in the corner. So, people portray us. And that's why this your book is really unique, because here you are going to portray yourself, and when you pick up the camera, there'll be 100 chatters which are going to come up. 100 people's faces are going to come up. That, are you crazy? What are you wasting your time with this camera? And then you're going to find your story and then take that story and put it in that book. And every page unfolds story after story after story of these women. That's the book. That's the book I'm seeing. We are countdown and started on 1st August. We're already 12 days down, so 88 days left. My God, it's going very fast. And in 88 days, the digital version inauguration will happen. I will make sure all the 100 moms are there in 88 days, and this book is out. So I'm really glad to have you here. What is your dream, Nivedita? What's your dream? Like you're a person of visualization, and I'm not talking about Nivedita as a healer. As a mom, what's your dream? As a woman, what's your dream? What is your dream? Not for others because you're such a giver. What's your dream for yourself?
I just thought for my boys, as you said, that what's your dream as a mom?
Yes.
I've got two boys, so when they get married and when they have, their wives, they have to treat them, like how I would like to be treated. Special.
Yeah, that's your wish. What's your dream? That's your wish. Let's have your dream out, because I am also telling everybody with this book, I am going to make sure these 100 dreams get manifested of these mothers. And I'm actually putting you on a spot here, but I think time has come for you to put your dream out. And what's your real dream? Let's put it out and let's see if we can find a way for it to come true.
I think my dream would be like you have connected to so many moms, and there's a thread, right? You have created this. You're creating this beautiful necklace with so many moms, and you're able to connect. So I would also like to connect so many women out there, and they can reach out to me, and we can chat and we can talk about our pains, and how about healing them together? So
Right.
that would be my dream. And I think 95% of my clients are women. And last year, when the pandemic started, we started something called Chalo Let's Talk series. It was a community which grew together, where we spoke about various topics, right from
Right.
empathy to nurturing yourself to manifesting your dreams. And it was so beautiful when I saw these women growing up, together. So my dream is to make a big community like this, where we all grow together. And I think because of media, anyone can connect to each other from anywhere. So that would be to make this global. Chalo Let's Talk series, to make it global.
Chalo.
You put me on
Thank
the
you so
spot, and I just created it right now in front of you.
It's not created it. It's inside of you and you're throwing it. And I'm telling you, at this time, a lot of my cousins and everybody and my friends might be thinking Shikha has totally lost it. I don't know where she's gone into this woo-woo world, because I was never part of this kind of a world. But my belief has started to come to this thing together, that your purpose is there, your messages are there. Unless you start picking this purpose and message, you will never be able to go where you're meant to be. You will
I
always get
completely
stuck.
agree. I wanted to just, sorry for stopping you there,
Oh,
because
no,
what
please
you
go ahead.
said, was told to me so many years back. That is 21 years back, when I used to write Louise Hay's affirmations. People used to say that, how is this affirmation going to help you to come out of your rheumatoid, when doctors are saying it's going to turn into a degenerative tissue disease? I was like, it doesn't matter. I believe, I completely believe in what Ashwini told me, and I'm going to do it. And there it was. So I completely believe. Trust what you're saying. Just believe in yourself. Be authentic with yourself, and the stars will align. Things will open up. You will find people. It'll all happen. Yeah, it might. You said the woo woo story. It might be a woo woo story for people, but it's not for me. I completely, completely trust, because that if that's a part of the divine plan and you believe in it, stars will align.
And my other champion is here. My Devi is here. Devi is another star. She's like, I'm totally in love with Devi as well. Devi, I already mentioned you. And the fact that this whole, where my blessing is coming is also coming from belief, Nivedita. People are believing in this. And it's a big meet that it's like happening because of me. It's people like Debbie, you, Neha, this Francis here, people who are believing in this whole thing and saying that this is like, what you said to me, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm in goosebumps all the time. Every interview I'm into a goosebump situation. I'm waking up in the morning thinking, my God, like, what's the best possible way I can serve this community in the best way. I keep wishing, I hope I don't do any mistakes here, and I'm being very vulnerable here, right? That I'm just like, this is a responsibility. These moms are looking up for this project, and I need to get my focus straight onto that road, putting it there, and say that, I just need to do this 100 interviews. I know something is waiting across on the other side. But if I deviate from my focus right now of not getting the right 100 moms, and there's no wrong 100 moms, they're right for right now. They're right for right now to align with this right now, and they're meant to be in this book, and they're coming in various forms in front of me. And when I look at it, I usually know, and I might do some, silly things on the way. So I will tell the audience that let me do it, because it's not coming from a professional person who's led this. It's coming totally from my heart and my gut, and I'm totally blessed. Till now, I'm just being surrounded by only blessing, belief. It's happening. And just like your arthritis got fixed, I have this vision, and this is my dream with this book. Then mothers will stop, like they will look at this book and they will refer to this book and say, remember that book came out and said not to have these chatters when cameras come up. That's my mission. That it's a very simple mission. It doesn't have anything except the fact that mothers will just refer to this book as the reference book that don't feel like that. So we will have that kind of a place happening. So Nivedita, thank you so much. I know that you have a very busy schedule with healing people, and I will need your support probably to come in to talk. We have people like Debbie here, who are empowerment coaches, who will keep doing sessions so that these 100 moms can actually bring themselves out in their full form and be present in that book in a way. that it changes and words. So I'm telling you, that lake that's vibrating for me right now, it's just becoming very loud for me because more and more mothers are joining in, and then I feel I had just thrown a skipping stone there. I was just playing. I had no idea that there was a painful giant sitting there saying that this needs to be done. And so I'm shaking that giant up and I'm saying, time for you to leave and release yourself from this lake. This lake doesn't need you anymore. So thank you so much. Do not go off. Debbie.
Thank you so much, Shika, for
Debbie
in
here.
fact having me over. And
Yeah.
before I sign off, I want to pay a tribute and thanks to my mom for being here, and whatever I've learned from her. So thank you
Yes.
so much for.
Yes.
I'm really overwhelmed. Sorry if I'm getting a little
That's okay.
emotional, but
That's
that's
okay.
how it is.
We've just
Thank you.
lost, like, just letting know the audience that we've just lost her, but we've lost Nivedita's mom just like a month back, I think. Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yes, and but we found her in many ways because it's going to come in Nivedita's healing, and it's going to come in her way of be dealing with the world. And Nivedita, absolutely with you during this time. I know what you feel, and that's why I said maybe that's why you came into this book. Time for you to pass on a lot of things through her, what you've learned through her to this world, and may her soul rest in peace. And we
So
totally love you, and we are with you, and we shall see you soon. So I'm going to go off. Debbie and Francis and Neha and everybody who's going to watch this, thank you so much. Um,
thank you, Shika.
we have Kara
I
coming
love you
tomorrow.
for
Love you.
whatever
And
you are.
we have Kara coming tomorrow. She's also one of my top favorite
Sure.
feminine energy coach. Please watch her and come and join her because she is very, very special to me as well.
I
So
would love to.
Kara is going to be here 8 a.m. tomorrow for me, 8 a.m. IST. So it would be
Okay.
evening for many people. But yeah, she's going to be here and we'll have some great conversation. Do tune in at 8 a.m. tomorrow because you will relate to her. She's a feminine energy coach, a lot about healing. She's a business coach, but she believes in a lot of feminine energy and she really stirs you when she talks to you. So we'll have her tomorrow and I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye
Devi,
bye.
this is Neha. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Don't
Neha,
leave.
for being there.
You don't leave. You don't leave. I'm stopping the live.
Sure. I'll switch